This is a video which is going to be the first in a series which I'm not sure whether everyone is going to like, but I figured it would be fun for me to do, and it's basically, I'll tell you what the series is and then I'll tell you why I decided to do it. The series is called GabriellaSofia Rants, and this is about things that have really irritated me in the past God knows how long, and that I kind of wanted to have a bit of a rant about, see if everyone agrees, see if everyone disagrees. I'm always up for like a healthy debate with people. So that's basically what this series is. I planned on doing this a couple of months ago, and but at the time I was like, oh, I'll start it in January. January is a fresh start. I'll start a new series in January, and then on Christmas Eve, and I was still thinking of like what could I rant about as my first rant, because I have a lot of things to rant about all the time. Like, I'm the person that complains in the restaurant, complains in the shop, complains like, I complain a lot if I'm not happy about something, if I'm not getting like the right service, the right amount of respect, and stuff like that. So I was thinking, what would be a great first video. So on the 24th of December, which was Christmas Eve, I received a hater comment on my blog, and I think it's the second hater comment that I've ever received, because usually I just receive really nice comments. I mean, on YouTube sometimes I'll get like a pervy comment being like, if I did a couple of outfit of the days, one where I was wearing shorts, one where I was wearing a skirt, and with the skirt one, someone was like, oh, the skirt needs to be shorter, be sexier or something like that. And with the shorts one, it was something similar, but perhaps a teensy bit cruder. But, so yeah, I wasn't really used to getting hater comments. I mean, when I first posted one of my first blogs ever, I got a hater comment back then, saying, because I'd mentioned something like, oh, this is a fantastic, I don't know, like concealer or eyeshadow or something, like, literally can't imagine life without it. This person at the time, way back then, thought that I genuinely was saying that I could not live without the concealer or the eyeshadow. They thought I was really shallow for saying that, because obviously, there's children in Ethiopia that don't have food, there's children all across the world that don't have food, clothes, water, schooling, a bed to sleep on, clothes on their back, all that stuff. Did I already say clothes? I think I did. But yeah, so this person got really offended that I'd said that I couldn't live without a product, and so they commented quite a bunch of abuse about it, which I just thought was really pathetic, because like, I didn't mean I actually couldn't, like, I didn't mean that if I ran out of the concealer I would actually die or kill myself, because it would just be such a horrendous life to lead without that concealer. Like, it's a figure of speech. And I know that not everybody is familiar with, figures of speech and the use of saying something when you kind of have something else implied. But, maybe that's a lesson for you. You should learn. But anyway, figure of speech. Back to the 24th of December. So I posted up a blog which is called Beauty Professionals Speak, and it's going to be a series, which I'm going to be working on, hopefully, in this new year. And I've posted an introduction video to it, an introductory video, which basically said, what this is about is I want my readers to ask me to comment in the comments down there, asking me a question that they've always wanted to ask a kind of beauty professional. And I've been in contact with Sarah Jane Biggs, Sam Flowers, Lisa Oxenham. There was 5 people basically, who are all like kind of bigwigs in the beauty journalism industry. And I'd spoken to them, and they'd agreed that they would answer the questions for me. Like, maybe one of them would answer one week and another would answer another week, and then I would write a blog post about their very simple answer. So the question, I think, was, how can I wear glitter subtly? Because, not everyone wants to plaster a hell of a lot of glitter all over their face. Like, not everyone is Kesha or Lady Gaga. Some people just want to do it in a very reserved, conservative manner. Like, those poor people shouldn't be like told that they can't wear glitter just because it's too much for them. No, they should be able to ask if they want to wear glitter, how they can do it in a subtle way. So I put that question to the editors, and I think it was Sarah Jane Biggs took the bait. No, I don't know. Sarah Jane Biggs answered the question, and she said that her favourite was the Lust Dusters by Benefit. So I mentioned that in the blog post, and then I did a quick kind of review / photograph tutorial of me using Lust Dusters by Benefit. I think it was just a photograph. Yeah, it was like just drew a couple of pictures of, drew. I didn't draw any pictures. I just took a couple of pictures and put them on the blog. I did not draw. No. And I put them on the blog, and I said, this is how I would wear the Lust Dusters, and like, thank you Sarah Jane Biggs for answering the question, blah blah blah. Anyway, so the comment that I got on Christmas Eve, some saddo out there decided that they were going to comment me a hater comment on Christmas Eve. Yeah, they don't have anything better to do with their Christmas Eve than be commenting troll comments on someone's blog, on a beauty blog. Like, how sad. I just kind of found that pretty amusing, because I obviously read the comment and I didn't have time to respond properly to that because I had a busy Christmas Eve. Like, I've got things to do, people to see, and you obviously don't, Mr. Hater Pants. So it's really sad for you, actually. Like, poor you. You must be so lonely and bored all the time. But anyway, I'm not going to feel sorry for you, Mr. Lonely, Bored, Sad Hater Pants. I'm just going to poke fun at you quite a lot because you are an idiot. And this is what you put. Dear Gabby, which is interesting because, Gabby is a name that I reserve mostly just for close friends and family, and I very, very rarely put the name Gabby in any of my blog posts, which I found quite funny because that hints that it's someone that knows me kind of well, this hater. And I've actually since proved to myself and my friends and family that it was someone that knows me, and I know exactly who this person was now. But I'll get into that in a minute. So yeah, it says, Dear Gabby, I find your blog misleading to say the least. Upon your previous blog, in which you said you were getting such prestigious beauty editors involved, I decided to follow your blog avidly for this groundbreaking event. Imagine my disappointment to find this is not the revolutionary step that combines girls with teenage blogs and major beauty editors, some may say the best of both worlds. Like, that is so grammatically incorrect. Like, it's unreal. Like, as an English student, that makes me cringe that someone, put that in something where they were going to be insulting someone, because it just gives me a license to rip it out of them, because that's, like, do they even know how to string a sentence together? I don't think so. And then it says, I thought you would be sat in your box room. Again, quite interesting, because, not many people know that I live in the box room in my house, only people that are close-ish to me. I thought that you would be sat in your box room with the likes of Sarah Jane, sweating over what would be the best conclusion for glittery eye makeup. Yet in reality, you seem to have copied and pasted an offhand comment from an unrelated beauty article, which I didn't do, which isn't even that enlightening. If this was a major publication, some may call it false advertising. However, as this is just a small blog, we do not need to involve the law. Yet, I hope you are aware, me and many other fans are so upset and disappointed that, dare I say, Christmas is ruined. Now, there is just virtually every word there is obviously dripping with sarcasm, and this person thinks they're a genius for using sarcasm, like they think that this is a technique which not everybody can use. And it really is the lowest form of wit. Like, I consider myself to be quite a funny person. I'm not going to lie, I laugh at myself all the time. I mean, not everybody else does, but I kind of laugh quite a lot. And yet, sarcasm is kind of one of those areas of comedy which I don't use as comedy. I just use it kind of in a, like, if I really hate someone, or then I'll be like, oh yeah, I really like you. like, kind of thing. But this person has used it to try and be funny here, like with the over rhetorical statements and hilarious content that they put in that little hater comment. They also put that they were anonymous. How surprised am I? Not surprised at all, basically, because this is what these people do. Like, they don't have anything better to do with their time any day of the week, but especially on Christmas Eve, to the extent where they have an opinion about something. Obviously, I mean, this person felt that they'd been misleaded. I mean, I'm afraid that they also have a problem with reading, because if they had read correctly the original post that I put up, then they would have not have been under the impression that I would have been sat in my bedroom sweating over a cure for the common glitter makeup problem that's, you know, sweeping the beauty world. They would have quite simply realised that, as I said, I was just going to be asking the beauty editors and getting a response, which is exactly what I did. They also feel that I copied and pasted this from some kind of, I guess, a website or maybe a magazine article that was unrelated, which I wouldn't do. Like, I treat my blog quite seriously. Like, I would not falsely... My stupid cat's meowing outside. I would not falsely pretend that I'd asked a beauty editor something and then put it on my blog, particularly because after I posted that blog, I did actually tweet Sarah Jane Biggs, because I have this correspondence with her regarding this, to let her know, like, oh, you know, I posted what you told me, like, go and check it out, kind of thing. Would I have done that if I was, you know, plagiarising and pretending that she's responded? I don't think I would have done. That would have been pretty stupid. Really stupid, in fact. And perhaps even then, she may have found need to involve the law. Just like this person says, they do not need to involve the law because this is just a small blog. Yeah, it is a small blog. You know, I have like a couple hundred followers, like nothing spectacular. It's just basically me practicing a bit of writing, really, to be fair. And I'm just happy when people read it. Like, literally, it boggles my mind that people out there are interested in what I have to say. Occasionally, every now and then. But, you know, apparently some people are interested, and that's all I care about. So it looks like this person's tried to offend me by saying, oh, you know, you're just a small blog. But, like, it's just pathetic. There was a couple of things where one of my friends defended me and said, like, kind of mocked the statement, the comment that they'd made, for saying how pathetic it was and how hilarious it was. And the person replied saying, as you're a serious blog writer, to my friend, to try and diss me for not being apparently a serious blog writer. It says, you should understand that very simple literary techniques such as sarcasm and irony have been used. Can you really comprehend someone suggesting that a little blog ruining Christmas to the extent they involved the law? A serious literary criticism would pick up on the bad spelling in the comment, not the obvious satire of this cringy blog. Yeah, it's true. A serious literary criticism probably would have attacked the terrible grammar, problematic spelling mistakes, and just overall terrible attempt at satire. Like, I mean, the use of words satire, sarcasm, irony, they all suggest to me that this person has their head stuck up their backside and they're attempting really hard to patronise people that perhaps aren't familiar with words such as that. You know, that's quite a specialist vocabulary. Like, I mean, if I wasn't an English literature student, I don't think I would know what satire is. I'm not going to lie, like, I don't think I would. So, anyway, I responded eventually saying, it was quite a long comment that I put, I'll read it to you, why the devil not? I put, I apologise for not replying sooner. I've just had better things to do with my Christmas Eve so far than waste my time on haters. Nonetheless, I've found the time to reply now, so here goes. I'm sorry if you actually felt like I'd let you down in any way in my introductory post to this feature. I've briefly scanned my work to confirm that I totally disagree with the slanderous statement that I've misled you or any of my readers. However, as you insist on taking such great offence as to post such a lengthy comment in which you've clearly tried so hard to patronise my good friend and I must assume that I've genuinely upset you somehow. I can assure you that this was not my intention at all. It really wasn't. I apologise to you. I do attempt to be as honest as I possibly can with each and every post I publish, and I will take time to review the accusations made in your comment, and if I get really bored one day, which is today, I may reply to you in full with regards to what you've said here. My final point is that whilst I do of course respect everyone's opinions, I won't tolerate time wasters or cowards. That's you. I will leave your recent comments available for public viewing until I have time to consider whether they are fair or not, but I will suggest using a slightly more mature and reasonable tone. I would preferably like you to master the art of doing this without trying to patronise with your garb on literary criticism theory, thanks, as not all of my readers specialise in this area, unlike you and I. And also, you should go ahead and use your Google Friend Connect username. This is, of course, assuming that you aren't typing complete BS when you state that you are a follower. I've kept an eye on my statistics and followers today and haven't lost a single one. In fact, I've gained quite a few thanks to this little controversy you've stirred up. So I must express my gratitude. Anyways, as I say, I'll give it a little thought, and I'm really sorry that my small blog has driven you to produce such an embarrassingly pathetic attempt at satire, irony, and last but not least the lowest form of wit, sarcasm. In the same way as I'm not making any groundbreaking or revolutionary steps with my beauty blog, I fear your expectations of me may have been outrageously high if you were expecting the beauty editors to travel to my home and spend hours sweating over the best products out there. Your vivid imagination astonishes me, I must say. Anyway, I digress. I'm afraid you've got a long way to go before being added to the list of great British satirists of years gone by. I tell you what, if you study your Cook, Miller and Swift, whilst I study my blog, then maybe we can both do better next time. And Cook, Miller and Swift are just like satirists from the good old days of like Victorian England and like other old English times. Anyway, I must express my sympathy that you took the time out of the holiday to post something so malicious and full of animosity. Sad face. Nonetheless, thanks for your input. I'll be reviewing the statements made. So, I think that I handled that quite well, considering I could quite literally have like ripped that person's head right off, because I was kind of hacked off that someone would, a lot of time and effort goes into posting a blog, like writing a blog post, researching for a blog post, doing a tutorial, taking the pictures, etc. And it does hack me off that someone would take time out of their day to come and just diss it, just purely because they have nothing better to do. Like, maybe that person should get a hobby. Anyway, so I'm sorry if you didn't enjoy this video. I'm sure that I'll probably get a ton of hater comments on this video because it happens, I'm not trying to convince myself that this is an extremely unique idea for me to be making a video against haters, because I've seen this kind of video in the past. But, this was just basically my way of sharing with you how embarrassing I find hater comments when they're put under the header of anonymous. I've since kind of said I don't mind if people post anonymously on my blog, but if it's an insult then I would rather them post with their name and their blog attached to it if they've got a blog, because if you think you're doing so much a better job than me, or you think you could, then I'd like to see it. And that's the same case here. So if you're going to be posting a hater comment, post it with your proper name and your YouTube channel, post it with your name and your blog. If I feel that you haven't done that, then I will just be deleting the comments, and that's the way that I'm going to be handling it on my blog as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little crazy rant video. It's been kind of fun, I like it. And I will speak to you soon. Check out all the links in the description bar below, and I'll catch you later, guys. Bye.